worried I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Drown out my problems, let me When I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know when Mace, Poss, and Dave win.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. On the set. 44, come on. Yeah, let's get set. Slam. Check safety. Check. Crunch. Kill.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. It's a give to the right, Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Switch it. Mike 40. Come on, D. Kill.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. He completes it to Westbrook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for a Jacksonville 1st and 10.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jackson, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, 33 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Yannick Ngakoue. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Jackson now. Got a man. It's Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. Taken in at the 22. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley, 79 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now West. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Throwing is Jackson. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown.
Good job.
DJ Chark with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. 22, check, forward. 22, check, forward. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Shalom, go. Check 3, check 2.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. They'll run on first down. Ingram trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now Jackson on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
That's the way.
On second down, Armstead. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Tremendous. Blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Kenny Young charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. And let's get ready.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun. Jackson stepping up. He'll try and run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Ravens.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker now for the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. No. 48's Mike. 48's Mike.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He finds West. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it with West. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. The open man is Westbrook. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
That's good for the Jaguars. First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Kill.
Jackson. Looking long for Westbrook. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On second down, it's West. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go. Who's that? 1500. Come on. Mike 40. Wild Bill. 40's the mic. Squeeze.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead now up to 14. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
3 bud. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Let him know. 56.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check, 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 check.
Looking to throw. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a first down on a gain of 10. On first down, it's Ingram. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
56 to Mike, boy, 56.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson, that one complete to Hill. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Jackson operating from the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. They'll run on first down. Ingram, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Will, quick whip. Watch the whip. 49, check 49, check 49. Switch. Set up.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. Able to power through. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And the Ravens first down.
Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out to Roberts here on the quick pass. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. This one complete to Ingram. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
52-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They start on the ground with West. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, Charkandrick West. Touchdown, Jaguars. Charkandrick West, 71 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
38, Ravens 27.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go, Scott.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
You know, as a defensive guy, I don't normally do this, Brandon, but a tip of the cap to the offensive coordinator. Design quarterback run at this stage of the fourth quarter when I expected him to throw the ball, and he got a first down.
Yeah, trailing this stage of the fourth quarter. Picked up the first, stopped the clock too.
Yeah, sometimes there's some guts in play calling when you go against the grain because you know you could use.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. It's a foot race. 20, 10. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now.
It got his man complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Next box. Let's put up.
They'll run again here with West. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, Even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.